Never would have made it. Never could have made it without.
Sitting in the living room, dead silence, as my little brother and I await my mom's arrival. The sound of SpongeBob from the television erupts in my head as my thoughts race. I had found out that while I was in school, my grandmother had gotten worse and they had taken her back to the hospital. I had no idea what to think. It was happening all over again. She told me that she was going to the doctors and that she would come home. It never happened. Countless days went and my grandmother still didn't come back. My aunt then informed me that she was very sick but would be able to come home soon. I didn't worry until that day came. As I walked into the house, I found my bunk beds were removed and my room now reeked of hospital house coats and medicine. Sickness. She had never looked so bad. Her once bright and glassy burgundy curls were now thick and gray-rooted. I hated the sight of her. She didn't even remember me. I spent the day crying, knowing to myself that she was leaving me for good. No more being spoiled, no more comfort, no love. About a good 3 weeks later, that day came. My mom bum rushed through the door, crying hysterically, shouting, Why, not my mama, why? She collapsed onto the floor and wept. It was now clear to me that she was gone. After the funeral, it felt as if my father was always gone, and I rarely spent time with him. There were countless arguments between my mother and my father, so many that it became a usual thing. Then he disappeared. About 4 months later, my mom had a new boyfriend living with us and announced that we were moving to a new apartment. I was 13 years old. The summer of 8th grade. I had grown up a little and accepted the fact that all relationships don't work out. My life rapidly changed and nothing felt the same. My parents, as we knew it, was over for good. As I matured, I handled my stress and emotions secretly. I never really talked as much, and I worried about finally beginning high school and having to start all over again. At this time, I never wanted to be at home. It just reminded me of all the destruction and negativity I felt towards myself since the loss of my grandmother and the separation from my father. I needed someone. I needed someone to be there for me. I really needed a close friend. And on the most memorable night of my 16-year-old life, it happened. We met at my aunt's wedding. He was shy and frightened. His presence made me happy, and his tight, black, curly locks reminded me of my grandmother. I had to talk to him. We spent the whole night talking about completely nothing. He asked numerous questions about me, which gave me signs that he was interested. Where are you from? What school do you go to? Where do you live? I never wanted that night to end. It felt like a dream. We didn't exchange numbers because at that time I just happened to have a boyfriend who just happened to be there, but he ended up cussing me out and we broke up. The perfect plan for me to get closer to the new boy, Duran. Duran and I started talking after that, and I really wanted to be with him, but we lost touch for a couple months, and then he finally told me through MySpace that he had moved to Georgia. Was it worth it? Why did God send him away? I knew it was too good to be true, but even though Duran was 7 states away, I still had hope, and that hope kept us strong for 3 years now. I never thought it would last this long, but we made it work, and we got closer. I found it much easier to talk about my feelings with him and even my family issues. I soon found out that he was going through the same things that I had, and I had never been so happy. It was wonderful knowing that he had really cared about me and that we actually had things in common. I had someone to listen to me when I needed to be heard. His sweet warming smile gave me vigorous chills as I thought about his soft voice. But the one thing I love about him is being able to look at him feeling as if I have an everlasting protection. His first impression was tattooed in my heart. As of now, he's all I can think about, and I can say that I truly love him. I believe that he was a blessing from God and my grandmother. All my grandma ever wanted was for me to be happy and successful. Every waking moment, I think about her, and I truly believe that she has blessed me with the strength to be a powerful young woman I am today. With God, Duran, my mom, and my grandmother watching over me, I know that I can do anything that my heart desires.
You can be my super boo.